Oh, hi, and welcome back to our 9-month Ultimate World Cruise, everyone. We're here on Serenade of the Seas, and we want to thank everyone that attended our
Yes.
live stream, the very first one we ever did.
Yeah, we appreciate you, friends. That was great. It was certainly a lot of fun for us, and I hope you found it very beneficial too.
Yeah, so what we're going to do today is we're going to answer all the questions we didn't get to on the live stream.
Welcome to Living Phase 2.
Hi, I'm Mike,
And I'm Nancy, and we're empty nesters striving to live life to the
and
fullest.
we're living that full life answering your questions about the Ultimate World Cruise here on Serenade of the Seas.
Yeah, I have them all in my notebook, friends. So I'll be reading you the
Mm-hmm.
questions, and we're just gonna get right to it. The
Mm-hmm.
first is on leisure activities here. What are some of the ship activities? Well, the ship has many of the same activities that you would
Mm-hmm.
normally get, for instance, on a 7-day cruise. They've got
Mm-hmm.
the bingo, the trivia, the headline shows,
Mm-hmm.
card room, their crafts. The spa, the jewelry that they
Mm-hmm.
normally sell,
Mm-hmm.
the enrichment activities. They did bring on someone to teach bridge to
Mm-hmm.
the passengers who were interested in
Mm-hmm.
that. And about the only thing that was really different is there is no art auction on the
Mm-hmm.
World Cruise this
Which
time.
we're actually everyone is happy about. So
Yes.
we just, yeah, there is art for sale if you do want to buy some art. They have it around the ship. Royal Caribbean is known for their art. That is going on, but no art auction. The other thing, and happened to have grabbed my Chiefs polo today, they do have a pub on board and they play all major sporting events. So if you're into sports, basketball, football, depending on what season is, hockey, soccer, of course, that's all
You
playing
can
on the
keep
ship.
up to date
Yeah, the
with your
tons of
favorite teams.
activities, darts in the pub, all those types of things. No, it's a lot of fun. Never, ever do we lack for things to do.
That's right. Next question is, how is our health? Pretty
No,
it's doing good. Our health is doing good.
they're really good.
We take our vitamins and we're active. So,
Yeah.
and is anyone getting sick? Well, nothing major that's like running through the ship. I know there have been a few COVID cases that they're isolating, but nothing that's running rampant through the
No,
ship.
really, I would say no more than any normal small town. Sometimes colds go around a small town, and that's what we are here. We're a small little, town or a small family, and so yeah, a few colds and things, but no, nothing really.
The next question is, what happens if I break my glasses? And that's a good question.
right.
I brought along 2 pairs, but friends, I bring along 2 pairs of glasses on any trip. So even if we're gone on a 7-day trip, I will bring a second pair, an older pair of glasses. The other thing I did bring along was my eyeglasses prescription. So I have that here as well.
We had to have it made, and we do also have an eyeglasses repair kit we brought with us. That was one of the things
Oh,
we
that's
brought.
true. We did. Yeah. What do we do with our pets?
We don't have any.
We
We've just
don't.
made that choice right now at this phase of life. We've had pets almost our whole lives. We've decided that with all the travel and everything that we're going to do, we just at this point we don't have a pet. So yeah, it's made it that's been one thing we haven't had to worry about.
How's it going with FaceTiming family?
Oh, I think it's going great.
We usually FaceTime twice a week.
Yeah, we just did yesterday. We talked to not just FaceTime, but also phone calls. We have Wi-Fi calling, so we can get in contact with our family almost any time, and we see all the grandkids. We see our sons and daughters, my parents. I think it's going really well. Yeah, it's a good way to stay in contact.
Are we tired of cruise food?
No, not at all. I mean, not for me. I'll speak, I don't want to speak for
I'm
you.
not tired of it either.
No,
No.
they're on a 28-day menu rotation, which is very different
In
than
the main
other.
dining room.
Right, and even in the Windjammer, they have a cycle that's much longer. And on that 28-day menu rotation, there's at least 6 to 8 things on each menu each night, and then in addition to that, the chef has the flexibility that every night he has a special. So no, I mean, we could almost go this entire cruise and not have the same meal if we wanted to. But no, I'm not getting tired of it all.
I'm not either. Are drinks included?
Oh yeah. No, no. We yes, they are. That is one thing that everyone has to always be a little careful of, not to overindulge. You have unlimited food, unlimited drink, unlimited activities. And so you really do have to make sure that you self-monitor. And we usually meet our friends for a happy hour at night. We'll have one drink there. and then maybe a glass of wine or something with dinner. Some nights we, don't indulge and let ourselves kind of recover, especially if we're going to have a shore excursion the next day. But yeah, drinks are included.
Yeah. How are we receiving mail?
You don't.
We don't. That's right.
No. The one way we could get something from home, the company Luggage Forward that shipped our luggage in Dubai and Barcelona that's upcoming, those are delivery points. So if we urgently needed to get something, they could ship something through Luggage Forward and it would show up in our cabin. But that's really the only 2 points where we can get something. Now, we've been told if there's an absolute emergency, you need to receive something, there might be a way to do it through the ship, but that would be an extreme situation and very unusual.
Probably very expensive as well, I would imagine.
Yes, I would think so, yes.
So we have a catering business that we run back in Michigan, and the question is, how are we running our catering business?
Well, so far everything's going really well. We have spent the 2 years we were planning to go on this trip working with a person who is our general manager. We have an assistant manager. We've built up and curated an amazing team of people. And by the way, if any of you are watching this, we do appreciate you guys
Yes,
more
we
than
do.
you can ever imagine. And they do a wonderful job. And so we've gotten the business to where 90+% of the business can run without us. And then we have great internet, so we can stay in touch that way. I run some of the bookkeeping myself, and again, that's some of the things we do on sea days is I take care of that. But no, things are really going well, and we have a wonderful team of people. We're very blessed in that way.
Are we shipping things home?
Maybe.
Maybe when we get to New York at the end, we'll see kind of where we're at. I know some things, like our organizational items, some of these things we're going to offer to crew members rather than taking them back home, and that will give us some extra room in our suitcases. We've thought possibly when we get to New York, some of our clothes that maybe we're just tired of at that point, taking to Goodwill or Salvation Army to donate. Yeah, but we'll see. Maybe in New York.
Yeah. We did have some friends that shipped some things home from Los Angeles, and they've already done that. That worked out well for them. Los Angeles is a good port to go do that, but we didn't do that, so probably in New York.
Yeah. Did you have to put a credit card on file?
Yes. Every cruise you have to do that, and every mini leg. So we have 17 of those on this cruise. When their counting system cycles, then we have to go and replace the credit card. It literally takes about 2 minutes to walk down to guest services and have them put the credit card back on. So it's not really too much of a problem. But yes, you have to keep a credit card on file.
How much above the cruise are we spending?
So honestly, not a lot. I'm just really thinking about it. As you can see, we're kind of answering these questions cold. I would say, we give some extra gratuities to the staff. We spend a little bit in port for things like Christmas ornaments or a patch, but a meal occasionally on port.
And we budgeted about $100 each on port days for us for excursions. So we had kind of put that into the budget that's above and beyond the cruise.
Right, but most of that we paid in advance. So yeah, I mean, really, we're not spending that much now that we're on the cruise, not going out to eat, things like that you would normally do back home. All that's included for us here. So,
how is our travel insurance paid?
That's an interesting one. We actually get that question a lot. We are not insurance agents, obviously. We can't really give advice or direction for insurance. We don't want to do that. We went through our travel agent, and she made a recommendation of a travel insurance company that she utilizes. We use Travel Guard. We paid for that up front. Some people staged it getting ready for the cruise as they paid different amounts. They increased their insurance. To be honest, we just bit the bullet and paid the trip insurance up front. A lot of people used a guy named Steve at the tripinsurancestore.com. Now, we have not utilized him. We can't make a specific recommendation, but they seemed happy with him, and he can offer different products and do an analysis. The people have asked a lot about how much our insurance costs. That is so variable, and the number one variable for trip insurance is your age. It can vary a lot by just a couple of years of age. So we recommend that you look at a travel agent, travel insurance broker, talk to your travel agent. But yeah, we paid
So
for
that
it up front.
you get what meets your needs.
Right.
For
Now,
sure.
what we did get for insurance, so that you know, we got full medical evacuation, full medical coverage. We had trip interruption and cancellation insurance. Everything is fully insured. So if anything were to happen, that we're covered.
Right. Can you bring back on food or only wine?
Yes and no. So yes, we being full word cruisers, Royal Caribbean has made an exception where we can bring bottles of wine back on board. Just benefits them because we have the drink package. So if we're drinking wine we bought, we're not drinking their wine. As to food, you can bring pre-packaged sealed food. So things like a bag of chips or nuts or things like that, if they're sealed in their package, in their original packaging. You cannot bring back on fast food or things that aren't prepackaged. So as an example, in Honolulu, Hawaii, we had this amazing poke bowl, and we were going to get one more for lunch right before the ship was going to leave. And we actually did check with the ship and say, if we get this to go and it's covered, and can we bring it on and eat it on the ship? And they said nope. So we ate at the restaurant, and then we came back on the ship with it. We've seen people in line at the X-ray machine, woofing down their Big Mac they bought because they aren't allowed to bring it on board. So nothing that's not prepackaged, but prepackaged things you can.
What do we wish we would have brought?
Well, that extra pair of shoes I bought from Amazon, but as far as
Extra selfie stick?
yeah, because my original one broke, but you wouldn't know that.
I wish I
Yeah.
would have brought a few more clothes for the main dining room that are just
Yes.
a little nicer. I mean, I'm well stocked on travel clothes, but I wished I'd have brought a little more evening wear.
Yeah, and in fact, when we were in Hawaii, I love Hawaiian shirts. You'll see me wearing them a lot in these videos. I bought four more shirts that are made in Hawaii, Hawaiian shirts. So, that took care of that for me. I agree with you. I wish I had a little bit of more of a clothes rotation for the main dining room, and we do now. You've got a couple extra dresses. I got some Hawaiian shirts, so I think we got covered on that.
How do we manage to live together in such a small space?
I don't know how you put up with me. You are an angel. I do not know. You're easy. So I truly say that, and I will say the thing we say more to each other, I was thinking this the other day, is excuse me, because we're in this little narrow space walking by, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, as we're trying to squeeze by each other constantly.
Well, I mean, we've owned our own business now for 5 years. We've worked together, so we're at work together. We're at home together. So being together is not unusual for us. This small of a space, really it's not too bad. I mean, we're in here, we're not in our room a lot, honestly. We are here for recording videos and to sleep. But other than that, we're usually out and about around the ship.
Yeah, think of our cabin as your master bedroom. If you really think at your house you don't spend that much time in your master bedroom or master bath, and that's what this is to us. We come back, we get changed for bed, we sleep, we get up, get cleaned up, and we leave. So yeah, it's not as cramped as you'd think because we don't spend that much time here.
What is your video editing software, Mike?
I use Power Director by Cyberlink, and I've been very, very happy with it. In fact, you use the same thing on your iPhone for shorts. Super easy to use.
Very intuitive for me.
Yes, and very affordable too. They have a annual subscription fee that's a little over, it's right around $100, and it comes with everything: video editing, picture editing, recording, all kinds of stock footage, audio things. So if you ever see a video where I've got music in the background, that all comes with that package.
That actually was another question, is where do we get our music?
Yeah,
And that's from the editing
Cyberlink.
software.
It's all built into the annual subscription that we utilize from Cyberlink. So I've been very happy with it. They don't pay me to advertise for them, but when I find a good product, I'm very happy to tell people who it is.
Will we cruise on Icon?
Probably.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope we get to see Icon. That would be really cool.
Yeah, at least not for another 7 months while we're on Serenade. But yeah, I mean, I want to sail on. We actually, over our life, have been very fortunate to sail on the biggest ships in the world. And that goes all the way back to Sovereign of the Seas, which was Royal Caribbean. They announced that decades ago, and that was the largest ship on the seas. We, have been on the Voyager class when it was the largest, and the Freedom class, and then of course the Oasis class, which has been king of the seas for a long time. But yeah, I'm sure we'll be on Icon.
Some point.
Yeah.
Are we always together?
No. you couldn't put up with me that long.
We are a lot of the time. We are probably. I mean, probably a good 75% of the time, if not more than that.
Yeah, I would say you have your happy place. You go to the solarium, you do your counted cross stitch, you actually answer YouTube questions. You do a lot of the question answers and on the comments. So we have our time. About once a week to every 2 weeks, I would say, I'll get together with some the guys, and we'll go to the pub and play darts, and and you guys will go to have maybe to a
Girls will
singer,
get together,
a girls' night. But yeah, I mean, we spend a good amount of time together. We also have a part-time, just like anybody at home. Think of this as your home.
Right. Yeah. Is there a casino on board?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there is.
Yeah. We're not big gamblers.
No.
Not adverse to it. We will. I'll play some blackjack. You'll play some slots. But, again, we've talked
used
about
it twice so far, and for a very short period of time.
Yeah, I think you won $6 out of 100 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But no, a lot of people like to use it. That's an entertainment that they utilize here on the ship. Again, just like having the full drink package, that's something you would have to watch. Having a casino that takes you 3 minutes to walk down the hall and be there. It's just like all vices. You have to just be a little careful how much you indulge.
Will you continue to film YouTube videos when we get home?
Well, that's our plan.
I would like to.
We'll see how this certainly goes. We did it for about a year before we came on board. It seems to be a great hobby for us. We enjoy it. We love sharing what we're doing for people. That's really why we do this. It's to keep our brains active, to give us something to do, not just sitting at home watching TV or something. So if you guys are enjoying them, hey, you know what? Hit the like button, hit subscribe, tell us you like them. That will encourage us to continue to make videos. So.
Does the YouTube commitment detract from the cruise?
In general, I'd say no. We are pretty good about, if we have something going on or want to go to an enrichment lecture or have a port, we just don't do this. That's why our videos are about 2 weeks behind. This gives us a buffer in there that if we don't have time to do video editing, then we don't do it. We will not let this and the YouTube channel detract from the adventure and the enjoyment of what we're doing. But again, we answered that question earlier on Sea Days. That's what we do on Sea Days, is produce these videos. So,
will you do a scrapbook? You know what? Probably not. I used to do a lot of scrapbooking.
You were really big into scrapbooking.
I was in the day, but really now with all the videos that we have, the videos are my scrapbook, to be honest. Yeah. How many nationalities are represented amongst the passengers?
They told us that at the very beginning, and it is a lot. And I could be wrong, but I want to say it's 40 or 50 nationalities.
The majority are Americans.
Yeah, USA.
That's followed by Canadians and then Australians, probably then from the UK.
Yeah, UK has quite a few.
But I know there's Germans on board, there's French
Mexican,
on board.
Swedish, Finnish, Norwegian.
There's
my gosh.
African that's on board.
Yep, African.
A lot.
Yeah, from Ghana. Yeah. We've met so many amazing people on board. Belgian. Yeah. Tons of nationalities. It is quite the international cultural melting pot here on the ship, and everyone gets along great.
What did we do with her house?
Well, we have a house sitter, so she's taking very good care of it.
Somebody we know, love, and trust. So it's good for her. She's getting 9 months rent-free, and we're getting a house sitter. So I think it's a very fair trade.
Yep, so it'll be there and waiting for us when we return.
Do we get towel animals?
Both of our room stewards, who are just wonderful. Our first one, Lovelace, thank you very much. She went back, and she's actually on, is she on Icon?
Or Wonder.
Wonder. She's on Wonder. That's right. She went to Wonder of the Seas. And now we have Wan, and he's great. And, the first day or two, we got some towel animals. And we just told them, listen, save the towels, save the work.
Some people love them,
yeah.
but it's just more in our room.
Yeah, yeah. When you're on a
So,
7-day cruise, it's a real nice surprise to come back and get. And we actually like them, but not when we're here for 9 months, and we want the room steward to just save the effort. Now, I will say, even though we had said that, on Valentine's Day, he made a really nice heart, and it was really
sweet.
a little
Yeah,
swan,
very
and
nice.
so he did a little extra on Valentine's Day there. But no, we've asked him not to. So
do we meet any other social media influencers on board? Yes, and in fact, there is even a group. I mean, people have arranged groups for their interests. It's like there's several that play guitar or that play musical instruments that get together. But the bloggers and the social media people have a nice group that gets together on occasional sea days and just kind of compares notes or gives tips to one another. And so, yes, we have met other social influencers.
yeah, yeah. In general, everyone gets along pretty good. The drama just isn't here. That especially, I think, in TikTok, people keep asking for drama,
Yeah.
and it's just not here. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, people in general
Or we stay
get
away.
along,
We
and
stay
well,
away
that's
from
true.
it
We
too.
do. Yeah, if there is any,
Yeah.
then we avoid it. So.
That's right. How many pairs of shoes did we bring?
Well, let me see. I'm actually looking over there.
I think about
we each brought 7
pairs each.
Yeah, and so what that breaks down, I've seen a couple comments about, gosh, I could get by with 1 pair of shoes, and yeah,
9 months is a long time to go with 1 pair of shoes, and just when you want to dress up, or when you want to go to the pool and you want your flip-flops, or when you're hiking and it's rainy, you want your hiking boots that are waterproof, and so yeah, and plus then you bought in Los Angeles a second pair of tennis shoes. I actually have bought a second pair of flip-flops, so we may be up to 8 pairs each by now.
Right, but we're utilizing them all. Like Nancy said, you really can't go on a mountain hike in the forest with it raining in just tennis shoes. You need a pair of good waterproof hiking shoes, and you don't want to wear waterproof hiking shoes to the main dining room with your tux. So, that it seems like a lot. But we also remember this is our home, so we like to have some variety too, and not just wear the same thing every day.
Right. Are we doing an African safari?
Yeah, maybe you've seen the announcements that we are going to Africa.
Hopefully.
We're talking about if nothing else, we'll probably be doing some mini safaris. So a lot of the different stops in Africa do have opportunities to go out and do animal viewing, mini safaris. At a minimum, we'll be doing that. Depending on how the itinerary works out, we may do something a little longer. So stay tuned. We'll see. Yeah.
How was watching the Super Bowl?
Chiefs won. It was fantastic. No, it was
fun. It was actually a great Super Bowl party with our friends there, and then just all the cheering that was going on, really for both teams. We were in the theater, and it was just a lot of fun. All the energy that was in there was great.
Yeah, we all brought snacks. It was a huge, and the fact it went into overtime, it was a great game. It was a really, really good game. Yeah.
Do we have to do a muster drill?
We have to do it on the major turns. So if you'll watch our video on Los Angeles, that'll be coming up here. So we're going to release this video, and then Los Angeles will be coming up in probably about a week or so. You'll see that that's what they consider a major turn. So in Los Angeles, Barcelona, and Dubai, we'll probably have to redo our but really it's still all electronic. All we have to do is come by with our CPass card to our muster station. They scan it and they say, hey, did you watch the video? Do you know what 7 long and 1 short, or 7 short and 1 long is? And that's kind of what we do. So
How busy is the casino?
Not too busy.
No, some days, maybe later at night, it gets a little busier.
Yeah, today's a sea day, and I've walked through there 3 times today because it's right in the middle on kind of as we pass from the front to the back of the ship. And I mean, there was probably 20, 30 people in there. So, I mean, it wasn't dead, but yeah, I mean, it just depends. Some nights it's busier than during the days. And yeah, they get business. They certainly do.
Someone asks, how are our clerty clothes working out?
Yeah.
So clerty,
Yeah.
that's the word we use for half clean, half dirty, that maybe you could wear just a little bit longer.
Yeah, so like an example would be, we come back, we've been at the pool or we've been at the gym or we've done whatever, we take a shower, put on a pair of like slacks, go to the main dining room, have dinner, see a show, and then come back, to the room. So you only wore these pants for maybe 2 hours or something. And then we hang them back up, but we kind of note, and usually we'll even hang them on a hook in the corner so we know, okay, I wore those once. I mean, for us, it works great. It says you don't wear your clothes out washing them over and over. But certainly if something gets...
As long as they smell fresh.
Yeah, stained or stinky or whatever, then we just wash them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Where in Kansas are we from? I was born and raised in a little town called Hutchinson. It's outside of Wichita. And
I was born in Wichita and grew up in a small town outside of Topeka called Silver Lake. So, yeah.
And we met at Wichita State University in college. We're
Yeah.
college sweethearts.
Right. You were a nursing student and I was an electrical engineering student. So.
Someone's asking, they go gluten-free, they're on keto, and they're diabetic. How can they handle eating here? I mean, would it work for them?
Oh, absolutely. They ask
I
at
agree.
almost every meal, and if you go to any specialty restaurant, the first time you get a set of waiters, they ask about any allergies, any special needs, anything. We have someone at our table that eats low salt, and every night they give her the menu and they have her pick so they can make sure they make her meal with low salt, and then it shows up at the same time as our meals when we order that day. They are amazing about specialty requests.
They will even walk around with you, like for instance, on the first day of your cruise, and show you if you want to know what is gluten free. They'll go through
Like at the Windjammer.
And show you these are the items that are gluten free. They probably do it any day you
Yeah,
would want
you
them
just
to.
ask. There's a ton of people there. You ask anything about specialty needs, and they are all over it.
But I actually think for really any dietary restriction, it's still relatively easy to eat here on the cruise.
Well, if a video that we have not released yet, we have it in our hip pocket. We got to do an in-depth tour of the kitchen in the back, behind the scenes.
That was amazing.
And I believe, and I don't want to say the number wrong, but I believe they said there are 63 different specialty issues, allergies, special dietary needs that they actually accommodate. So
it's a lot. Okay, whose idea was this cruise? I can tell you presented it to me.
Yeah,
you did present it to me, and my first gut reaction was, "There's no way. That's just impossible for us to do." And
here we are. Yeah.
That's right. It's
It came across as an email from Royal Caribbean. It was a promotional email that went out to Crown and Anchor Society members, and we started talking about it, and that's where we went.
Yeah. How did our family react to us going on this cruise?
Honestly, our family was very supportive, very supportive. In fact, to the point of, our daughter, and although they're sad to see us go, and they especially with the young grandkids, they were like, you guys have to go do this. They know who we are. They know we like to travel. And they said that this is something that there's no way you guys could pass up.
How do we know when there's a change in the time zone?
Oh, that's easy. Yeah, we have one coming up after Tahiti. We're actually in the waters. We're approaching Moorea to Tahiti tomorrow morning, and after Tahiti, a little card will actually show up in our room key slot on the outside. It's also in the cruise compass. They make announcements. They make announcements at the shows. They do everything to make sure. But that little card is probably the last ditch effort. So when you can't put your card in the slot to get in your room, you have to pull it out, and it says your time is changing tomorrow, and then they announce what the new time will be. So,
Did we bring extra luggage? Yes, we did.
Yes and no. We didn't just bring empty luggage.
We
with
didn't
us.
bring. That's true.
Yes.
That's true. We did not bring empty luggage, but we did bring much more than we would normally bring along on a 7-day cruise.
And as Nancy mentioned in an earlier question, a lot of the things we brought are organizational items we're not going to bring back with us.
Right.
So then we will have extra luggage to bring back, like your Christmas ornaments and things like that.
How long do we stay in a port? It varies.
Yeah, it depends. The longest we stay in is an overnight. I don't think we have any that are 3 nights. We love the overnight ports. We love it when the ship is overnight. So, Mr. Bailey, if you happen to be watching Living Phase 2, more overnights on the World Cruise. We love, love, love those. And most times it's 1 day, and it's usually around 8 to 9 in the morning to somewhere around 5 or 6 o'clock at night, I would say would be the average.
Yeah. Is there a Bible study on board? Yes, there is. And through the Facebook group, it's not promoted by Royal Caribbean, but through the Facebook group, people who have interest in various things can kind of form their own groups and find a location, reserve it, and there is a Bible study on board.
Yep.
Are things getting monotonous? Not
No.
yet. Not yet.
Not at all. Not at all. We don't even know where the days go. So
Do we miss watching the news?
no. And I used to be kind of a news hound and really watched a lot of news. Got involved in all that. I have made it a real point on this cruise to not do that,
Right.
to detach myself from that. And I have to tell you, I'm a much happier person. Yeah.
Good.
Just staying away
You
from
are.
it. Now, obviously, if there's major world events like what's happening in the Red Sea, those impact our lives. But we hear what the end result is going to be through Royal Caribbean and what's happening.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How do we celebrate birthdays and other celebrations?
You know, we've got a couple of videos coming up where you will see, we already have one where we showed celebrating my birthday, and we have a friend of ours that you'll see a celebration of his birthday as well. Royal Caribbean does a great job. They'll make a special cake for you and sing, and they'll do all those
So
things.
we went to Izumi's,
Yeah.
which is a specialty restaurant for his birthday, and
No, we did the chef's table for mine. Remember?
We did do the chef's table
and you're
for
right.
yours.
We did Izumi's for Mark's birthday. So yeah, there's little special things you can do there. Yeah?
absolutely. Let's see. Have we been surprised at the response of people who are watching and are interested in the World Cruise?
Blown away.
Yes,
Blown
I'm
away.
very surprised how
Yeah.
much everyone's interested.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. And,
Yeah. No, we love it.
we're
and
happy to share.
Oh, we are so happy to share this adventure. You know, we just are putting these YouTube videos together. You know, some of us to keep our brains active and to stay creative, and the response that we've gotten was just overwhelming. So thank you everybody for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much do we drink a day?
It varies.
Much more than at home.
Oh yeah, a lot more than at home. And and we have, obviously at home we have a bar. We have it available. I would say we socially drink here on the ship probably 1 to 2 drinks a night, and then take a night off, every other night or so. But yeah, I mean, we have a happy hour where we'll have a drink, and then we sit at that happy hour for about an hour or so before dinner, and then maybe a glass of wine with dinner.
Right. At home, I mean, maybe 1 or 2 drinks for an entire week, maybe.
Yeah.
That. But yes, here, 1 or 2 and in the evening. And like you said, take a break from time to time. How are our sea legs?
Oh, I think we got them pretty well. Yeah, so it's we've had some pretty rough seas. You'll see that especially in a video, the one in Los Angeles to Hawaii. We had some really rough seas, and from going up to Ensenada, Mexico, we had some rough seas. You'll see some of that in the videos, and really, I haven't taken any seasick medication, and yeah, we're doing pretty good, I think, as far as sea legs go.
Is Super Mario on board?
Nope. No, we if you go back in our videos, we actually did interview Super Mario getting ready for the World Cruise, and we sat down
When
and asked.
we were getting ready for the World
Yes.
Cruise, not him.
Yes, and we happened to be on a ship with him, and we said, hey, can we sit down and talk to you for a while? He plans out a year and a half, almost 2 years in advance for all his cruises, and this one just didn't make a lot of sense in the way he cruises.
He would have had to have canceled so many cruises because he books
Right.
way out.
Right, so if
Yeah.
you want to see Super Mario, he can give you the exact answer, and go back and look at that video where we interviewed him, yeah.
Why are visas required?
Well, that's a very generic question, but
But it's a good question.
Right,
and
right. So I will answer it from the perspective of the United States, right?
Thank you.
It's really comes down to understanding who's entering your country and leaving your country.
Right.
And a visa then allows, a country to say, well, wait, somebody from this particular country, do we want to give them free passage to where they just come in and out, or do we want it to be a little bit more monitored? The real answer is it's tax. It's a way for a country to get a little bit of a tax when people are entering their country from other countries. And so that's really what it is. Some countries it's a couple dollars, and other countries it's, can be hundreds of dollars to get a visa. And that's really the answer. It's a tax.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are our ages?
So I just had my birthday, 57.
Yep, and I'm 59, and I will have my birthday while on board the ship and be 60.
Yeah.
So, dining arrangements. Do we have assigned seating? Yes, we do.
Yeah. Well, I'd almost say maybe sort of. We do. We have a table that's our
do.
table. We have 10 people that we sit with at dinner on a regular basis. However, we also occasionally sit with other people. We go to other tables. They're very, very flexible
Yes.
on that. Our dining time, our standard time is 7:15 at night. That's when we go and we know our table will be ready at that time. But there's nights when we might just go hit the windjammer and do something different, or we may eat on shore if it's a late night on shore, overnighter. But yeah, in general, we have a table that's our table, and it's always there waiting for
But
us.
there's flexibility. Yeah. Do we have family on the ship?
Not yet.
But we will.
We will.
We will. My brother, sister-in-law, and niece are going to be joining us when we get to Italy. So that'll be nice. They're going to join us for one of the mini segments. Advice for first-time world travelers.
Oh, world travelers. Well, what I would say is don't skimp on the planning. A lot of people want to be very spontaneous and let things come to them, and this is, of course, this is controversial advice on my part, and it's just me. If you're going to go on a trip like this, do spend some time learning about the ports, about the people, about the countries, so that you can make the most of when you get to them. And also, to be honest, reduce your fear a little bit, your apprehension of going into a country. Learn about where you're going. That would probably be my biggest for a new world traveler. And the second piece would be, don't be afraid. The world is wonderful. In general,
Yes.
what did Jessica say?
She said most everyone in the world is a good person. There's very few bad people. They're the ones though that get all the hype and the news about them, but there's very few bad people. Most everybody is good.
Yes, and they are as
And it's
interested
true.
in meeting you as you are in meeting
Right.
them. And so don't be smart, be cautious, but do not be afraid.
What are we most excited to see on the world cruise?
We get that question all the time. So me, mine's coming up here really quick. Australia. I've never been. I've traveled around the world for business almost my whole career, and I cannot wait to see my Aussie friends, and they're just wonderful people here on board. And we've already had some amazing comments and emails from people in Australia, and can't wait to see Australia.
Right. And for me, it's the Asian countries, just things that I've seen and read, TV, movies, books. It just looks fascinating to me, and I've never been there, so I can't wait to visit the Asian countries. And our final question is, what is our favorite animal sighting?
Oh, wow. Probably penguins.
I was going to say penguins.
Well, you can't say penguins. I said it first.
You know what? I'll
but-
say the monkeys. But
yeah, that was
But
good.
what I'm really,
Yeah.
really looking forward to are the koalas in Australia, and that's going to be coming up very soon.
Yeah,
so
yeah, we're going to a koala
really
sanctuary.
excited about
so
that.
yeah, we've seen some amazing whale sightings, penguins, dolphins,
Sea lions.
sea turtles.
Yeah.
yeah, it's we've had some really good animal sightings, but I'd say for me probably. Probably the penguins because it's so unusual. Yeah.
Well, friends, we're going to get this video up very, very shortly here for you. We've got another few videos in the queue that'll be coming up in a timely manner. But then what we plan to start doing is at the end of each video answering one viewer question. So we'll just pick something at random that we think people would be interested in regarding the World Cruise, and we'll start answering that. So it won't be in the next few videos, but you'll start seeing at the end of our videos of your question.
Yeah.
So,
And in addition to that, again, we want to thank everyone that jumped on our live stream. We will be doing that again. It was we've had a lot of requests for that, so we'll just look at a good opportune time on some where we have a length of sea days
Right.
that works out for that, and we'll collect up some questions and we'll have a live chat and give you another opportunity to ask us questions directly.
right. Well, thanks so much for watching. We appreciate you as always. Thank you, friends. Have a beautiful day.
Bye-bye
Take
now.
care. Bye-bye.